all of the stocks that I bought this week. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the t-shirt and the clothing line to prove that fact. And today, my friends, we're going to speak about the 3 companies I bought this week. This was actually a very interesting week for me because I opened positions in 2 companies for the very first time. I have not opened a position in a new company since I initially bought Lordstown Motors pretty much a couple of days after they went public. So it's been a little while. And these were both, for my portfolio and the position I'm in, decent size initial investments. So we have a lot to speak about, people. But right before we get into it, guys, if you want my buy and sell alerts in real time, click the first link in the description and become a patron, and you will be the first to know every time I buy a company, how much I buy it for, how many shares, etc. Bit of a weird week in the market in general. I am up about 7.5% total for the week so far. Obviously the market hasn't closed yet as I upload this video, but it's been a good week all in all, we can say that much. So right before we get to the video, guys, can I please ask you to just hit that juicy like button? I really would appreciate it. It really helps me out. If you're new around here, what are you waiting for, my friend? Hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family. And drop me a comment down below. I want to know what you guys bought this week. With all that being said, guys, into the first company of today. So the first company of today is Multiplan, okay? And they're going to be doing a reverse merger with the SPAC Churchill Capital 3 Corp, okay? Ticker symbol is currently CCXX. And this is a little bit different than what I typically look at. Now, not all has really happened with these guys at all since the merger has been announced. There's been very little movement at all. I mean, you can see we're still trading at $11.29 a share. So you will see on the screen right now, I picked up 100 shares at $11.30 a share. So since I bought, again, pretty much nothing has happened at all, but I'm fine with that. Right now, there is very, very minimal downside, and there genuinely is, in my opinion, a whole lot of upside potential. So this here is the actual company we're investing in through this SPAC, okay? We're investing in Multiplan. And the first thing we see on their website is this: flexible, customizable strategies for reducing the cost of healthcare for medical and dental payers. So one way to think of them is they stop people from getting overcharged, or they stop people from getting scammed. You can see on this slide right here, okay? There was a 4-year-old who was charged for smoking cessation counseling. A 4-year-old. A person was charged both for placement of gastric restrictive lap band and a full gastrectomy, a stomach removal, for the same patient. Somebody was charged for 49 hours worth of critical care in one day. You get the picture, okay? Now these guys have an awesome investor presentation as well, which is a good place to get information on them. But a few of the points that I really like to see, okay? First of all, our clear track record. There's been $106 billion worth of charges processed already to this day, so very established business. There's been $45 billion, the total value of claims with overcharges, and there's been $19 billion in annualized savings delivered to customers. They have 1.2 million providers under contract, okay? Over 700 payer customers and 60 million plus consumers on the platform already. Estimated 2021 revenue over 1.1 billion. $860 million 2021 adjusted EBITDA. We can see their journey so far. In 2006, these guys were valued at $1 billion. Looking into 2021, we could be looking to be valued at $11 billion. So I mean, 6 years ago, they were valued at 4.4 billion. They have been growing very, very quickly. And so as it stands right now, we have, you know, in the realms of an $11 billion valuation. Right now, we're looking at a SPAC with a market cap of $1.55 billion, and we're only trading at $11.29. Our 5 main revenue drivers, okay? You can have a look at this, but we can see our total claims, our value per claim, our portion of claims with saving opportunities, our saving opportunities, and their share of the savings. And ultimately, it's coming out to $1 billion. A lot of money, a lot of revenue for this company. So a very simple plan in regards to doubling revenues, which for a shareholder, very important. We need to see increased revenues because that's going to lead to a more expensive share price, which means we make money. And it is really simple. Enhance the platform, okay? So make what you already have better. Extend the platform. Build out new customer segments. Again, very straightforward. And expand the platform. It bring in new business models. So all of those things going together should massively raise our revenues. So the transaction summary. Churchill will own 19% and incremental Churchill investors will own 20% of pro forma equity. H&F and the sponsor group will roll 73% of the stake into Multiplan and retain 62% ownership. $1.1 billion cash in trust used alongside a $2.6 billion of PIPE commitments. A lot of cash being raised here. I mean, an awful lot of cash being raised here. $1.3 billion of common PIPE at $10 a share. What we like to see, H&F, the sponsor, and management are subject to equity lockups. So a portion of Churchill sponsor equity is subject to 18-month lockup. H&F subject to 6-month lockup. 6 month is fairly standard. Management is rolling most of his equity as is subject to 12-month lockup. They're just very exciting to me, and at current prices it looks very undervalued to me. Now what I will say is obviously it's a SPAC, okay? It comes with its inherent risks, and also it's not very exciting. You know, it's not the kind of thing I would typically go after. You know, I love what I believe to be very high growth stocks and EV stocks. You know what I mean? That's my kind of tea. That's what I like. They're not as exciting, you know? They're not like sexy, I suppose. But I do think that there is room for some real money to be made here, and I do think that there is very low risk at current prices. Now, who knows? It could be, you know, slow and steady. It could be some dead money for a while. If it is, it's okay. I was happy to open up the position that I opened. Again, it's 100 shares. It's decent, but it's nothing crazy. I actually do have a full video on these guys as well. I will leave it in the corner of the screen now if you want to check that out. But on to our second company of today, and another new addition to my portfolio. Now, we are actually taking a look at another SPAC, but this one literally only got announced 3 days ago, guys. And I bought into these guys yesterday. So the SPAC right here is Switchback Energy, okay? SPCE is the ticker symbol. And again, I actually went ahead and I picked up 100 shares, and I did so at $13.93 a share. So again, not really anything has happened since I've bought. This one is really exciting to me. Okay, so Switchback Energy. The company here is Chargepoint, okay? They are in EV chargers. That's what they do, okay? First thing we see on the website, electric mobility is here. Our passion, making it easy. They work with businesses, they work with fleets, and they work with drivers. So they literally cover absolutely everybody. I think targeting fleets is going to be incredibly important for them. You can access hundreds of thousands of places to charge with just one account. We can see here a very recent, very up-to-date fact sheet. They've delivered more than 82 million charges to electric vehicles. A driver plugs into a ChargePoint network approximately every 2 seconds. Drivers have avoided nearly 100 million gallons of gas. There's more than 2.35 billion miles driven off the back of these chargers. We can see they have some massive customers. 3M, Dell, eBay, GM, Google, LinkedIn, Johnson & Johnson, Netflix, MasterCard, Microsoft are all in there as well. They work with a lot of people. You see this? So more than 82 million charges delivered. Okay, so this is from this month. We can go back to a presentation from 2016. There was 11 million charges delivered. Okay. The growth has been immense, people, essentially. Again, 2016, there was 26,000 charging spots. Now there is literally hundreds of thousands. August 5th, ChargePoint secured an additional $127 million in funding. And they honestly just generally look really, really exciting to me. Now, what I will say is this isn't a definitive merger even yet, though. So things could go very wrong very quickly. Like, this merger could literally never happen. And if that happens, this is more than likely going back down to $10 a share. That's generally how it's going to work with SPACs. So I acknowledge that, you know, buying where I did was a little bit more on the risky side. In my opinion, there definitely is a 20 to 30% downside if things go wrong, at least in the short term. But I think if things go right, there could be a massive upside. If we get a definitive merger agreement, I think there's going to be a big push in these guys. So I essentially, you know, took the riskier routes that I'll get in before it's definitive, before, you know, a lot of people have a lot of confidence, and that could lead to me having a very good cost basis. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Again, it's 100 shares. It's not the end of the world if things go a little bit wrong. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's the second brand new company I added this week. And again, I actually made a full video on these guys only yesterday. So if you want to check that out, it has like 15 minutes worth of information. Go ahead and do so. But do your research into these guys, and generally it looks very exciting, I'll put it that way. Then we have one more company that I just added to my position in. And the final company, yet again, is Virgin Galactic, guys. I've been buying these every week for the last few weeks now, just slowly but surely, dollar cost averaging. You can see that on the monthly chart, not very much is happening, you know, we're just trading sideways. There's some good days, some bad days. In general, we're hovering between 16 and maybe 17.50 or so. And so I just added 20 more shares at 16.95. And that actually brings me up to a total of 100 shares in the company. Now, to be fair, I do still want quite a few more shares. I have only been adding kind of 20 at a time. I do think that we're going to be seeing some major catalysts very soon. And so either today or next week, I may well end up adding in quite a few more. But again, if you want to know that in real time, hit that first link in the description, people, and join the Discord server. So I mean, I was buying these guys back here, or maybe it was even back here, I'm not sure, but I initially was buying them in kind of the 15s. And so I was there when we went on this lovely run up. I was over like 70% in gains in this company, and now I'm not at all, because look at this crash that's happened. Boom, it's been terrible. Now this, it goes without saying, it's a very, very highly speculative company, and a lot of things need to go right for us to make a lot of money. But if those things go right, I genuinely think that this could be one of the absolute best opportunities, full stop, in the entire market in regards to growth. And of course, when you're looking at a company who could potentially have some of the best growth prospects, they're going to carry some of the biggest risks. That's just how it works. It's risk to reward in this game. If you're happy with your 10% a year, go with the Johnson & Johnson. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about these guys. So here's one article. Here's why Virgin Galactic stock could be out of this world by October 22nd. Nice little play on words. Woohoo. Worth knowing, okay? A lot of people say there's no way people are going to spend that money on this. Demand is out of this world. According to analysts at Cowen, 39% of people with a net worth of more than $5 million are showing big interest in paying $250,000 for a flight. That applies to an addressable market of about 2.4 million people. I mean, 40% of them, we're looking at over 1 million people. And that is obviously going to increase every single year. But anyway, I don't want to get too into that. We could talk about that all day. If the October 2020 test flights are successful, Virgin Galactic has said it plans to start flying by the first quarter of 2021. That's when Richard Branson is literally going up. That could potentially fuel a multi-year boom for the Virgin Galactic stock. I don't think enough people realise how soon this is all happening. Like, it's a matter of months at this stage, potentially, people. If all goes to plan, within a matter of months, we're good. Hypersonic flight is something I've spoken about a lot on this channel as well, but I do think that's a massive, massive catalyst down the line, couple of years down the line maybe. At the end of the day, it's high risk, but if things go well in October and Richard Branson goes to space the first quarter of next year, not too much more can go wrong from there on out. We're going to have a strong business model, we'll have FAA approval, we can start making revenue, and I think a lot of people are going to start feeding a lot of money into this company. I mean, I definitely see a world where this is a triple-digit stock. You know, I really do. I also see a world where things go wrong, and this is a $10 stock. Risk to reward, baby. But guys, that is everything I bought this week. 2 brand new companies, which were, you know, decent opening positions for me, and just added a little bit to Virgin Galactic. So guys, there we have it. Everything I bought this week. Pretty weird week for me, but I'm happy with the decisions I've made. If you have watched this video till the end, I really do hope that you enjoyed. I was able to give you, you know, some value and insight into one of these companies. And of course, if you have watched until the end of the video, you, my friend, are a true legend. I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. If you did enjoy, could I please just ask you to tap that like button, drop me a comment and subscribe if you're new around here, because all of that means the world to me. And again, if you do want to join the private Discord, get my buy and sell alerts, and have hundreds and hundreds of people who just chat with about stocks, hit that first link in the description, people. I mean, guys, just look at everything we have to offer, okay? You can see here's the free chats, but then when you pay, you get the premium experience, baby. You get my buy and sell alerts, messages from me, there's some juicy info in there, our primary stock chats as well. So this is where all of the patrons can chat, our specific stock chats. We have Workhorse, Lordstown, Hyliion, Tesla, secondary channels for dividend stocks, new ticker symbols to watch, value stocks, SPAC stocks. I mean, there is genuinely so much value in this channel at the moment. It's insane. And it also does directly support me. So genuinely, if you are interested, it is a really nice community. You will get so much value out of it. Please do sign up. But anyway, guys, that's all I have to say today. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I will see you for tomorrow's videos. Peace.